Alright, this video is going to show you how to connect the cams to the camshaft and attach the followers using the constraint tool and using motion constraints, transitional constraint, as well as your assembly, mate, and flush constraints. So first thing that you need to do is place your cams inside of your assembly, like I have mine placed here. It doesn't really matter where they're at, as well as the different size followers. And make sure that they are, you have all of them loaded in. I'm going to go ahead and constrain the cams first, and then I will do the followers second. The first thing that we want to do is place the cams constraints right here on this center line that goes through the actual cam. That is what we're selecting. And then we're going to select the center dotted line that's going through the camshaft itself. When you hit the apply button, you can go ahead and cancel, make sure that it's on there and it actually slides, moves around, spins, make sure it's done correctly. And then we can constrain and use the flush tool to get this to be lined up with our holes through the top, our guides. Now, you should have precise measurements for yours. For this one, I'm just going to eyeball because I don't have the exact measurements. But you should have them based on how far away your circle is from the center point and how far the center of the cam is from the edge of the wall. But I'm going to go ahead and flush this side with this wall, and you could use the other wall if you wanted, or the other side of the cam. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to use this one, and it's going to go into the wall. It's not exactly where we want it. We want it to move out, so we're going to use the offset. Now, you can either use positive or negative in certain situations. If I chose the other wall, the positive would work. But since I chose this wall, it's going to be negative. So if I did put a positive in, it would go out here. So I'm going to adjust, and I'm going to put it as a negative. And not exact, I think it's around 2.2 maybe, 2.1. 2.1 is close enough for this one. I'm going to hit apply, and then I'm going to cancel this out. So I have this on there. In the correct spot. If I spin my handle, it doesn't spin yet, not quite done with it. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Go ahead and constrain, get the center point there, center point here, and flush this one from the inside wall as well. This one's a little bit closer. Let's try -1. Looks like -1.1 maybe. So we will again flush this one to this wall. -1.1, did 1.2, a little bit off. Let's try the 1. So -1.1 will actually set the flush for this one to about where I want it. I'm going to hit apply, cancel, and again this one will spin too, but it won't spin with this. We're now going to make an adjustment so that they spin with the handle when we turn it. So go to constraint, and we're going to use the motion constraint next. We don't have to adjust any of the settings, just leave it on rotation, leave it on forward, don't change the ratio. This could be adjusted to make it go faster or slower, but for the purposes of this, we're just going to keep it the same. So select the face, and then the actual camshaft, hit apply, and then do the same thing for the other one. Hit apply, cancel it out, and now when you spin the handle, they should spin with it. Next thing that we're going to do is place the followers into their appropriate spots. Hit apply, and then I'm going to cancel so I can move this up a little bit. I used the really long one on this portion. I probably shouldn't have, but just in the future, make sure that you use the correct ones. I'm going to go ahead and now use the transitional constraint. We're going to click right here on this edge, and we're going to click on the edge of the cam we want to connect to. Hit apply, cancel this out, and then you can spin, and they'll follow along. Same thing can be done with the snail cam. However, if this spins the wrong way, it will lock into place. So if for some reason, we'll do it really quick. I'll place this one here. And then I will do the same thing, transitional, like this. If for some reason you spin yours, if you use snail cam, and you're not spinning the correct direction like I am right now, and let's say you go this way, it will go inside of the cam, connect to the camshaft, and then it will no longer disconnect. If that happens for some reason, just click on the actual follower itself, undo the transitional constraint, move it back up, reconnect it. It's really simple.